This is how to flush the brake fluid on a 2004 Mercedes C230. We're going to do this today on our own with some of these tools. We don't need a second hand with the method I'm going to show you. You're going to need a collector to flush the fluid through. You're going to hook that up to the bleed valve. And we're going to use a pressure bleeder today. And this is really cool because this allows us to do this job on our own. I'm using brand new, fresh .4 fluid. Do not use old fluid. And when we dispose of it, we keep it separate from other fluids, like especially motor oil, because the city won't take it back if it's mixed in that way. The front jack pad is right in the middle, and I'm going to jack the whole car up today and rest it on jack stands because I want to peel off these wheels and just do this job real quick. Keep your wheel face up. You don't want to scratch those rims on the cement. See, there's a little cover in your master cylinder. You take off the cap, and we're going to fill up the pressure bleeder all the way with that fresh new fluid and screw it on. And we're going to pump this pressure bleeder up to 10 psi or whatever your manufacturer recommends, but not too high. You don't want to go over that limit. You don't want to break any seals on the master cylinder. So let's get started. Take off the rubber grommet, hook up the little tube, and we're going to collect it by just opening up this bleeder valve just a little bit. You don't want to open it too much because then it'll leak out the sides and you could get air that goes back in. It's coming out kind of slow, so I'm going to speed it up here. And you can see it's blue tinted fluid, so I know when it's been flushed because it starts to get kind of clear. And you pinch it off and you can actually hook it up there so it doesn't drip if you spill any. You're going to spill less. So if you've noticed, I'm keeping the collector higher than the bleeder valve. And that's really important because then air is less likely to get back into the system. So you can see it's really cool because I used a blue fluid last time. You could tell, look, it barely took any fluid, and this line that's running clear. So we're going to tighten this up, and I want you to see how much I tighten it. It's not too much. You don't want to go too hard with those bleeder valves and break them. Again, you can see I'm keeping that thing elevated so the air doesn't go back into the system in any way. It's an 11mm wrench for the front. It's a 9 for the rear. The last wheel is going to be closest to the master cylinder. And what you're going to try to do is flush through all your fluid. And then when you get down to the end here, you're just letting air come through. And the air will bring your level down. You know, I'm still keeping 10 psi there, or the recommended manufacturer limit for whatever brand you're using. And I'm getting that level just below the max line there. You can see it, because you want to allow room for expansion as that brake fluid heats up.